Hello and hello and hello. Welcome back to another episode. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Malware is here. So, in our last episode, we are conducting dynamic analysis on some debugging of RDMAX keylogger. So, actually, we have found another samples for Predator botnet. So actually there are some details as a metadata like a original file name, file description, product name, copyright, sizes, date modified, language, and file version, and so on. And there are no signature actually. Okay, and let's conduct some initial file triage. Okay, it's a main.NET reactor. If we click advanced and entropy, we see it's a packet. Okay, so how we can handle .NET Reactor? So actually there are a tool called Net Reactor Slider. You can just open it and run anyway. Okay, and wait for a while. We just try to choose a file from picture Predator and start the obfuscation. Okay. Okay, let's try to check in detect easy again. If it's yeah, it's deobfuscated actually, not packet at all. Okay, but the original version, of course, is a packet, and the unpacked version is not packet overall. So it's a 32-bit GUI. We can just try to open dnspy. You can try to use elspy, but actually dnspy is enough for rule our processes. And just refresh and refresh until the dnspy starts showing up itself. Very well. So if you look the deobfuscated the obfuscated version, you see some maybe blobs, maybe yes, like this. You can't read anything. Okay, you cannot read anything and get any information. But actually, if you try to, oh, that's a stealer. Log passes data. So actually, it's not some. It's not the pretty ones. But if you try to use the obfuscated version that we did through Slider, oh my God, no, this one. That's more organized. Yes, you see classes, but in here you just see a junky stuffs over here. So it's a classes. Let's try to read each classes and go to Stealer and program itself. Good, good clippers. Look past data, and let's try to read each classes one by one. So we don't need a model. No model. So that's class 0. Encrypted and unprotected data. So it uses default and native Windows APIs. Autofill.exe. It tried to save all of the stolen detail on autofill.exe. Let's try to find another interesting stuff. Is try to steal in cookies, maybe. Yeah, it tried to steal in cookies from Amigo, Torch, Orbitum, Cometa, Google Chrome, maybe Mozilla Firefox, and so on. Login data and web data again in another method and autofill. And that's tracked. Go to classes 10. Let's see in classes 10 we get what. Model. And invoke. Classes 14. Let's try. That's a very find resources. Get load library method and try to find open process, read process memory. Some numeric stuffs, and actually let's try to still it's not maybe decrypt it very well. But actually, let's try to. Yeah, actually, let's try to use class 14 here, class 15, and let's try to what? Still encoded in some way. Yes, still encoded in some way. Okay, okay, and class 16 here. Just some information and some mathematical loop stuffs. Mm-hmm. Classes 2. Some regular expression over here. Some method. Class 3. T data. I think it's a telegram data. Could be telegram data. Okay. And telegram data and desktop document and other stuffs. Discord. Yeah, it show those stuffs. pdigen.txt. Mm-hmm. Good. Good. Try to collect it. Other stuffs. Actually get a hard drive information over here based on the DSIC letter. Mm-hmm. Self delete maybe. That's a self delete maybe. I'm not 100% sure. Arcness stealer. Actually, it's could be user agent and other stuff is. Uh-huh, that's a main payload. I mean, the panel, that's a panel. It could be in compromised website and create other subdomain. Yeah, could be, could be, could be. And let's try to go to other classes and see what other information we're trying to gather through it. Unique and so on. Class 6 again, it's just collecting information. Class 7, it's maybe for keylogging, who knows. Class 9, get a steam. Oh, stealing steam on other stuff is. Mm-hmm. And here is stealing a browser password is logging and login to string and other stuff is. That's a main program actually. So it says try to steal telegram as we mentioned it, discard filezilla pidgin and send to this stuff so to this panel actually, and have some anti-debugging mechanism. It could be have some anti-debugging mechanism by get a manufacturers and maybe default program check, and it's saved as 1337.zip all information, and save other information as information.txt. So I think let's try to some dynamic analysis. I think we got a great information, but first of all, let's prepare my lab and run as admin. Run and wait for a while. Agree. So I will just try to change the name of this one to pred. Good. And open the filter. Process name is pred.exe, and operation create file, write file, read file, and we have another operation like maybe TCP accept it and TCP send and maybe TCP receive and UDP accept it. We're trying to some network analysis. UDP connected, UDP send, UDP receive. Yeah, and we have a lot of information actually, like a registry, rec, create key, red close key, and also read config, and just press apply and OK, And let's see when we run this version what's happened. Run. Yeah, I will just try to um just try to allow it and run it again. Yeah, try to let us see what to do. Uh-huh. Let's try to read some break. It's a for registry. Okay, so you can just try into tools, file summary, by extension, exe, and by itself. There are no txt information actually. By folders, prefetch, by paths. I think it's not a what you want actually. Let's try. Uh-huh. Okay. Let's just try to open registry editor, ragged, and try to. Okay. Oh, what's this? Mm-hmm. So that's a it's a try to, for example, you when you open and run user client and Windows Update and stuff, trying to uh-huh. That's actually it's a trying to block list. So let's try to do something else. Go to Windows System 32 and let's go to Drive. Go to Drive and etc and hostess and edit in Notepad. No, I think it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I believe it's fine. So I think trying to block it, but it's not for blocking. Actually, this path is not for blocking. It maybe try to mimic us. It mention when we try to execute any of them of this X file, start execution main malware, maybe, but actually it's for it. Not maybe. It's actually for it. pred.txt. Oh, sorry, .exe. Try to find. Let's try what to do. Try control panel, pred smart locker, pred.exe